Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Steve Larson, and you're listening to Secret MLM Hacks Radio.
So here's the real mystery. How do real MLMers like us, who didn't cheat and only bug family members and friends, who want to grow a profitable home business, how do we recruit A players into our downlines and create extra incomes, yet still have plenty of time for the rest of our lives? That's the blaring question, and this podcast will give you the answer. My name is Steve Larson, and welcome to Secret MLM Hacks Radio.
What's up, guys? Hey, hope the day is going fantastic and you're killing it, and you woke up smiling. If not, I invite you to do so. It's amazing what it does for your day. Hey, so when I first joined, it was the very first MLM I ever joined and I got into. I ran into a problem really soon, and I imagine that you've probably run into this too at some point in your MLM career. If you're still in one, what's funny is I actually learned that a lot of people who are listening to this right now are not in MLM. They're just looking for one. I didn't know that. How you guys doing? Anyway, great to have you. Anyway, so the first time I ever joined an MLM, I ran into this issue where I was excited to be a part of it. And I was running. I was literally going door to door down Main Street. I was trying to recruit friends and family. I was doing, you know what I mean? I had not learned a lot of things that I know now, where I actually am, I treat it very differently now. I actually create value, I actually put stuff out there, I actually qualify leads, I auto close. I've got a lot of tools and stuff like that for my downline. And the whole purpose of this podcast is to help show you what I do so you can do it in your own business. I don't care whatever it is you're in. As long as you love it, great. That's awesome. Go kill it in it, crush it. That's great. And the other purpose of this podcast is to go through and show you, kind of document the journey of me creating this next product for the MLM industry. There's no talk of me trying to recruit you. You won't even know the name of the MLM that I'm in. It's literally just to help you see how someone like me, who I have a heavy, very strong internet marketing background. I still am the right-hand funnel builder to Russell Brunson at ClickFunnels. Sat right next to him for about 2 years. I'm about to leave that job in about 4 weeks here, which makes me a little bit nervous, but I'm excited to do it. I'm excited. I'm literally leaving to do this full time. So if that's any kind of testament that what I'm trying to teach you works. I have 2 kids. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old and a pregnant wife. I would not leave my job if it was not actually being successful. Okay. So please know that what I'm teaching you guys throughout this entire podcast, and especially in the course I have coming up, works, and it's real, and it happens. And you guys are living testaments of it right now also. Anyway, moving on. But the first time I joined an MLM, I ran into a problem quickly, which was after I had, I was doing it the old school way. I made the list of the friends and family. I called a bunch of people. I annoyed lots of people. I went through and I was going door to door. I was hustling, and I still did it the best I could. The problem was that when somebody else finally joined my downline, I didn't know what to do with them. Right? And they were just sitting there and it was like, what do I do now? And I'm like, oh crap. Like, oh, sorry for sounding like a broken record, but I'm about to tell you the same thing my upline told me to do. Go bug your family members and friends. Go hustle like crazy. Go do X thing, blah, 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 blah. And I just started regurgitating all the stuff that I was hearing. And does it work? Yeah, it works. It's effective. It's not very efficient though. You know what I mean? Like it'll work. It's a terrible experience though, and I ruined a lot of relationships with it. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, and that was part of the issue that I was running into with the whole thing. I didn't know what to do with them after they joined my downline. And so I was on this call once. I'm not sure if you guys know who Stu McLaren is. Stu McLaren's a very amazing guy. He makes millions of dollars every year running membership sites. The amazing value, but he only spends a couple weeks a year actually building them. The rest of it's all on autopilot. Amazing stuff. It's the world I come from. Built a lot of membership sites in my day. And so one of the things that he teaches in one of his courses is this concept that it's, if you guys ever bought a product before, you've bought the product, you get it, and you realize, you know what, here's a better example. Christmas is right around the corner, right? Christmas is right around the corner. Let's say you buy a toy for a kid, and you get this toy, and you have to assemble it when you get it, and you open up those instructions, and the first thing you notice is like, it's not a simple setup. right? And you kind of get completely overwhelmed by the amount of steps that it's now told you to do. And let's say you haven't done this for a kid. Fine, whatever. A piece of furniture. Let's say you go buy a piece of furniture and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to spend the next 2 or 3 hours of my life building this thing. I had no idea. You know what I mean? And it's that feeling. And you're like, oh crap, there's that much stuff to do? Oh, geez. Oh, gosh dang it. Like I didn't want to go through this today. You know what I mean? That's kind of like the feeling that you get. When it's the feeling of pure overwhelm. Well, what's funny is that it's been noted that the number one reason why people will refund from membership sites is because of overwhelm. There's just too much stuff. There's not enough places to go. There's not enough. There's too many places to go. There's too many things to do. There's too many options. It's total overwhelm, and the person just wants to get out. A confused mind is always a no, right? The answer is always no for a confused mind. And so a lot of times that ends up happening when you join an MLM or when one of your people joins an MLM or when you recruit somebody, the tendency is to just to barf all over them. Here's the comp plan. Here's all the specs to the product. Here's how we're selling it and the script behind it. Here's your duplicated website. Here's the events coming up. Here's all the books coming up. Here's what the president just said about X, Y, and Z. Here's blah, 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 blah. And you go and you barf all over these people, total overwhelm, no idea where to start, and it makes someone want to quit. And so what Stu McLaren teaches as the way around us is something called a success path. Okay, a success path. These success paths are genius. I use them in my own MLM recruiting now. They're amazing, okay? So when somebody joins my MLM, what I do is I think through the success path that I want that individual to go down. Meaning, what's step number 1? All right, well, we should probably have to learn about the product a little bit more. So watch this video. That's it. Don't think about anything else. I'm not about to tell you about the comp plan even more. I'm not about to tell you about all the 12 million events coming up. I'm not about to tell you about all the stuff that's going on and have you reintroduced to 1,400 of my upline people. You know what I mean? Just watch that one video. That's it. What else? Don't worry about it. Did you watch the video? Nope. Then watch that video. That's all. And I write it out. And I put stuff down so that they understand what is expected of them in order to be successful, right? Both from a business standpoint and a recruiting standpoint and a sales standpoint. I figured it out. And I go through it. I just simplify it. Okay, here's all this crap. Let's put it into an organized manner that you can actually digest it and that it's not going to stress you out like crazy. And so that's what I've been building this last little bit here is, it's actually, so I've built a lot of members areas on the internet. It's one of my specialties. Really enjoy doing it actually. So I thought how cool would it be, and this is something I just barely started doing right now, as far as a members area form. So it's a dedicated members area that's just for my downline. And not just for the tier that's directly under me. I'm totally fine if it's like they bring in the tier under them, and they bring the tier under them, they bring the tier under, because it's still all essentially my downline. So why would I not want them all to have a success path, to have training on how to sell each specific product, to have training on all the lead gen things you can do out there that's all automated, on all, you know what I mean? Why would I not want everybody to have that? And so what I've been doing and building is putting together a members, and then when they join, you know, I give them the option to have the entire members area themselves too, to duplicate it that way. It's like, it's legitimate true duplication because I know I can build it awesome. That's my, actual job, which I'm about to leave soon. But once I build it, like I can clone the thing over to them. Now they have it for their downline, or they can just give access to the current one too. I'm like completely fine with that. So anyways, all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to just illustrate the fact that one of the reasons, this is the case that I'm posing, which is that I really believe that one of the major reasons why somebody will not join your downline, or when they do join it, that they do nothing, is just sheer overwhelm. They have no idea what to do next. They have no idea what to start on next. And there's a lot of information, which is great. But there's so much information that it's completely overwhelming and they just don't know what to do. So create a success path. What is the first logical thing you would have any person who joins your MLM do? I can't answer that for you. That's up to you. Okay, I've answered it for myself and my team, and we're putting those things even more together. And I go and I survey people and I say, hey, what are you struggling with? How can I help? We do live calls frequently. We go through a lot of cool trainings. We go through, you know what I mean? Like, so the upline is not their only support. The content from the MLM, the corporate MLM, is not their only piece of guidance. It's not their only source of training. It's not their only source of, here's how you actually sell. They're getting it from me too, right? Actually, way more in depth than my MLM provides, right? So anyways, that's what I'm super stoked about. I'm very, very pumped to get this piece done here. I've created a lot of quote unquote success paths, but this is the most in-depth one for an MLM, my MLM downline that I've ever built, and excited to have it. So, excuse me. But anyway, super pumped to be able to send that out to him, because I think what it's going to do is it's going to help keep believability. This whole game's about beliefs, right? Someone joins your downline because they believe that it's possible for them to be successful, which is great, right? They should. They need to have that belief. Otherwise, why are they going to do anything, right? But the belief can get killed when they realize that they've got to, when they feel like they don't just have to read the owner's manual alone, but they also feel like they got to write the thing, you know what I mean? When it's that much stuff. So I actually feel like it's actually been preserving some belief patterns. It's actually created more, not just of a path of how to be successful, but just like overall peace, overall well-being. What's neat about it too is it's trained people where to go to get information, and they collaborate amongst themselves now. It actually helped duplicate me and slightly remove me. Not that I'm trying to be removed, but it's made me that I'm no longer the bottleneck, because the training's there. The stuff that I said is there. It's all in there. The success path is there. They know the path from A to Z, how to actually be successful with this thing. And because I'm being transparent about how I'm being successful with it, and I'm showing them exactly what to do. And you know what I mean? It's hand holding at the coolest, but without me having to actually do it, because it's all done through videos and PDFs and you know what I mean? All these different things. So anyway, start thinking through the major sticking points of your downline, and I pose the belief that part of that is that it's just straight sheer overwhelm. And if you can't figure out what those pieces are either, just ask your upline, hey, what are the things that the people who join actually struggle with the first? And then you start thinking through like what that success path looks like, what it is that the person actually has to go through. Here's an example. You could be like, hey, here's what the first 30 days of your life here looks like. And I know a lot of MLMs have that, but from corporate, they have that. It's so much more powerful if you, the leader, gives that to the downline. Hey, welcome to the team. This is a legitimate team. I'm not just saying it because that's what they were told to call it. This is an actual team, meaning here is an actual success path that we found has actually made us successful with it, and here's how it's duplicatable, and blah, 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 blah. If it comes from you versus just corporate, because the corporate probably has something like that, but if it comes from you also, it's going to be a lot more powerful, and it's going to go a lot further. So anyways, guys, hopefully that's helpful. Go create the success path, fight overwhelm, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Hey, thanks for listening. Please remember to subscribe and leave feedback. Would you like me to teach your own downline 5 simple MLM recruiting tips for free? If so, go download your free MLM Masters Pack by subscribing to this podcast at secretmlmhacksradio.com.